All right, here we have another series from the Logitech Plays tournament. This one again starring Elf in the loser bracket against Wallace in the loser bracket. This was an opponent that Elf sent to the losers bracket earlier, so we watched that series earlier. She 2-0'd Wallace in the winners bracket, and now they're meeting up again in the losers bracket. Wallace managing to advance forward to meet her. Who, of course, losing very late in the winners bracket, she got seeded into the losers bracket very high up, and Wallace had to play a couple series to get to this point. And again, Wallace is a high level player on the ladder, and they probably have met each other before. And even though Elf was able to 2-0 him earlier, he definitely has an opportunity here to redeem himself. And so far, it looks like a little variant. We've got, this is Wallace's meat farm, but, oh no, her meat farm was there. It's just hiding on the minimap. And that's something I think they're going to have to work on in this minimap. Some of these icons on the minimap can hide units. You can put fiends behind mines and Therium nodes so that they won't show up on the minimap. That I think is a little bit of a problem. If I'm looking at the minimap, I'd rather see where my opponent's units are than to see some of these icons. So I don't think I've seen a bug report or feedback on Discord, so maybe I'll have to make one after this cast. We've got just slightly faster creeping, it looks like, out of Wallace. Very slight, of course. They're both creeping their vision camp here. Let's see if Wallace claims his camp before Elf does. Actually, no, Elf manages to get it before Wallace did. So even though it looked like Wallace started that fight earlier, somehow Elf managed to clear it faster. I wonder what that's about. Maybe different micro with their units. Fiends moving across the map trying to get somewhere, but Wallace's units look like they were trying to get to that health camp, and now we've got 6 Gaunts versus 4. That doesn't look like it's going to go well, although both of them microing well the focus fire, and the reinforcing Gaunts from Wallace showing up. But oh, nice micro from Elf to pull her weak Gaunt away, which lured the Gaunts of Wallace into their death, unfortunately, while the Hexen died. And that one Gaunt getting away while these Gaunts are trying to clear out the Fell Hogs and this farm. We haven't actually seen a GG out of Wallace there, but sometimes when they lose those first battles kind of decisively, an Infernal player will just GG out. Although perhaps this farm, which is delaying her push, is enough for Wallace to think I might be able to reinforce and get back in this. It looks like just a second Conclave going down now with a Ritual Chamber. Going for those, well, we already have a Ritual Chamber done, and Plague Axe is already on the way for Elf. So some good early battles from Elf, giving her the Gaunt count and all that micro that made her pull those weak Gaunts back. Now they're soaking in those nice healing juices, and they're gonna get right back up to full. You might want to pop an effigy while you do this. I sometimes do. Because then they can get that sweet Shroud skin on there as well and have all that white health. And that's just what you need to make that push a little bit stronger. Now, I see what Elf's doing here again. I think this is something they like. They want, a lot of pro players, a lot of high level players are doing this where they're soaking in those healing juices, because those those speed juices, sorry, that make you nice and fast. And she's just using it to creep these Luminite mobs, and they once again glitching out. She's got this well figured out. She must play a lot of games on this map. Well, finally those mobs decide, hey, I'm gonna attack instead of glitching. And we've got a small Gaunt ball from Wallace retaking the vision camp, which is sort of good to regain vision, but it also kind of telegraphed to Elf exactly how many Gaunts were in the army. I want to set 1 or 2 up there instead because Elf is now moving across the map. Maybe saying, I have more Gaunts than you. I had some Fiends as well. I might be able to finish you off. Now, Wallace has reinforced some Gaunts up there. So since she's got that scene, there's more Gaunts. Now those Gaunts are turning to fight, and they're in a kind of awkward place. They can't really retreat up the ramp. And a little bit better concave from Elf to start this has really caused a snowball, and all of those Gaunts rather have turned into Fiends. Ooh, okay, nice dodge, but in order to dodge that, you had to stand right on top of the Gaunts, and this is sort of a snowballing Fiend course now. This third base going down. Again, so look, okay, here we go. A nice reinforcement. That's actually a nice little ball. Probably using a Hellspawn Resurgence to be able to pump out that many Gaunts that quickly. But there's just too many Fiends here. They get on top of those Gaunts too quickly, and even though Gaunts do good damage to them, there just wasn't enough, especially with the DPS from the Gaunts as well. And we see all these imps going down, so that's going to be a well-played GG and a GGWPO out of Elf. Let's get into game 2. All right, here we are in game number 2 of Wallace versus Elf in the losers bracket of the Logitech Plays tournament. And Wallace is going for something. He's lost 3 games to her so far in this tournament, and he's deciding, I'm going to go for a sneaky sneak, but this is not good. 3 imps running right into the Hexen along the way. His Hexen went this way. Uh-oh. He's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's like, hello. He's like, I go get that. I forgot. What's up, imps? Where are you going? Uh-oh. This is terrible. This is not good for Wallace at all. His little cheesy strategy's been found out. Now, I mean, she's moved. Oh, also GLHF. 2 guns pop out, immediately kill a imp, and that's a good game. That's just a straight up, you saw my cheese and you were ready for it. So that's the fastest match in this replay pack, I'm sure.